Hello all, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Anna Maria McCarran, and I am currently in the field of study of behavioral psychology. I'm here to talk a little bit more about my field of study, and more specifically, I'm here to bring awareness to the topic of a modified school day for children exhibiting challenging behaviors. I will also speak on why these types of modifications can really help enhance the learning of our students. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is a modified school day? A modified school day is, in other terms, a shortened school day. Instead of 5 hours of instructional learning during the school day, their instructional learning will be modified to what they are able to handle at the time that this modification was put into place. As someone who has worked in group homes, schools, different mental health institutions throughout my career, I have been able to see the benefit of a modified school day firsthand. Complex needs have always been present within our schools. Think back to when you were in school and maybe you can remember a classmate or two that had complex needs. These types of needs within the classroom not only affect the individual, but all of their peers and adults within that classroom or their school as a whole. With our growing education and research around how to best help students that are displaying challenging behaviors, we know that modification to a school day can help all learners and educators within that classroom. Now, I don't want to jump ahead and say that every individual with challenging behaviors should have a modified or shortened school day, because that is not the case. We want to be using this as a last resort because we know that socialization and being at school and within the classroom is so important for a child's developing mind. We also know that there are a lot of individual needs within a classroom, and sometimes 5 hours of instructional learning is not helpful. A modified school day can be recommended by an array of people within the student's life. Their teacher, their principal, their parents, their caregivers, their EAs. When a modified school day is being recommended, they have truly exhausted all other options for limiting the challenging behaviors that are being displayed. With this being a last resort intervention, I want to add that a school cannot ask for a modified school day for their own convenience or because they're short-staffed or don't have the staffing to handle that behavior that is being displayed. Doing this would go against the student's right. Every student has a right to education, and a modified day can only be put into place if it is truly the last option to help this student get the education that they deserve. Now, raise your hand if you've ever taken a day or 2 or 3 or maybe even an extended period of time due to mental health at work. Okay, so I see that almost everyone has experienced this at some point in their life. These kids who have complex diagnoses and backgrounds also experience that brain fatigue, and a modified school day can really help enhance the learning that they are doing while in instructional learning. As the education system changes and adapts, the way we think about education and teaching needs to change as well. We know that when the pandemic hit in 2020, many youth were affected. Many adults were affected as well. But our entire society has had a major shift, and the kids are being affected heavily. Kids that come from lower income families were also especially affected by the online school change. With a lack of computer access or help at home from schools, these kids unfortunately fell behind. As things were changed to online, the attention span has been affected as well. Kids who have ADHD and other diagnoses similar have also significantly struggled. The idea of a modified school day for learners should not be off the table for behavior modification interventions. Having regular scheduled breaks or shortened learning periods for certain students can greatly improve their ability to retain information and help them overall with the pressures of going to school. By having shortened instructional learning times and more interactive learning activities can also increase a student's ability to socialize healthily with their peers and adults around them. These types of modifications should not be seen as a punishment, but rather an intervention to help reinforce the behavior that we do want to see, whether that be engagement during school, socialization, focus, healthy communication within the classroom. At the end of the day, we should all have the same goal in mind, which is to help understand complex behaviors and have the empathy and care to know that our kids are in a whole new world than what we grew up in. and sometimes their needs may need special circumstances to help meet their goals. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, and thank you for listening to me. I hope that this has brought you some sort of insight to the challenging behaviors that we see within schools and how we can help. Thank you.